Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Health Talk with Ms. Collins. I am, Ms. Collins is always your host, your favorite host, and as always, I'm here to give you the latest insights on health and lifestyle tips. So today we are going to be talking about something. Today's episode is going to be an amazing one. We are going to be talking about something that will benefit us all. We are talking about yeast infection. Yeast infection. Now, yeast infection is one big deal that people see, but we are going to taking it from another perspective. When we talk about yeast infection, a whole lot of persons are so focused on, girls, women, and so on and so forth. Now, we are talking about yeast infection, what they are, why they happen, and how they can affect your body or our health in general. So, before you cringe or do anything, just get something comfortable and remember that yeast infection are very, very common, and it is crucial we talk about them openly because when it comes to reproductive health issues, we try as much as possible to shy away from them, which I don't really like. I don't buy the idea that we shy away from them. So learn to talk about it openly. It is very important. It is so important, especially for ladies. Learn to talk about it, and also for men as well. So this first segment, we are going to be talking about what is yeast infection. What is yeast infection? Now, let's start with the basics, right? Let's start with the basics. What exactly is yeast infection if we would ask ourselves? Now, yeast infection are caused by fungus, otherwise called candida, right? Usually, this fungus lives harmlessly in different parts of our body, in our mouths, throat, our guts, and even in our vagina, right? Harmlessly. But however, when there is an imbalance, right? When there's an imbalance, maybe due to a weakened immune system or even poor diet, or even down to stress, this yeast now grows uncontrollable. Are you getting it? First off, they are harmless. Okay, they are very, very harmless. But when there is an imbalance, like I made mention before, this particular yeast, this candida, now grows, like multiplies, uncontrollable, leading to infection. That's how it is basically. So most people would sorry, excuse me. Most people think that vaginal yeast infection is so scary. No, it is not. Okay, but yeast infection can affect every part of the body, not just vagina. Okay, like I did mention, the mouth, the guts, and what have you. Okay, it can affect several parts of our body. So let's not just have it like um it is only the vagina, it's only vagina that is affected. Yeast infection can happen anywhere and everywhere. Okay, just mind yourself that it can happen in our mouth, in our guts as well. Okay, it can happen in our digestive system. That's what I mean by gut. So don't have what's it called, another thing to eat, even down to your skin. But the most common symptoms of vaginal yeast infection includes itching. When you're having itching regularly, you're having this burning sensation, and also a white discharge. When you touch the discharge, it's white, right? But it has this cheese feel. Like there are some small grains on it. That's this cheese feel. Okay, so when once you see that, just know that this might be yeast infection. But anyways, symptoms can vary from one person to another. Just have that in mind. So now that we've known what vaginal yeast infection is, another question that would come to our head, because we are trying to educate ourselves, right? Another question that will come to our head is, what are the causes of this infection? What can cause yeast infection? We have known what yeast infection is. So, what can cause this yeast infection? Now, you might be wondering, why do we get yeast infection in the first place? Why do we get yeast infection? Why yeast infection? There are several causes. There are several causes for this yeast infection. For example, using antibiotics can, disrupt the natural balance of bacteria and yeast in the normal body. Does this make sense? Now, I'm speaking specifically now for especially women. Forgive me, forgive me, especially women, all right? When they have some little disturbance, they just run to go and take antibiotics that was not prescribed. I'm not going to be mentioning of some of these names. I know the popular ones that they go use, right? So when you take that, sometimes antibiotics is not only the right option for you. You can do other things. Right? So when you just go and take antibiotics that wasn't prescribed for you, you might alter the normal balance of your body, thereby, causing this yeast infection to overgrow. Remember when I talked about um, what yeast infection is? So using antibiotics that was not prescribed can, disrupt the natural balance of the bacteria in your body and also yeast. So you understand. Another thing that would can cause this is hormonal changes when your hormone fluctuates, up and down. This can lead to yeast infection, like during pregnancy or or from when you use birth control pills. The married ones will know what I'm saying. When you use birth control pills, sometimes it triggers a lot of things in your body, a lot of hormonal changes. Do you get it? So another thing that can um, give you yeast infection, like I said before, contraceptive pills. I said hormonal control pills now, or birth control pills. Sorry, when I say birth control pills, I know some persons might say, "Thank God, I don't use birth control pills." But when you use contraceptive for a very long time, when you are very used to contraceptive pills, this can also trigger hormonal imbalance and thereby causing you to have yeast infection. But even as simple as tight fitting clothes. In fact, if you follow me very well, you know that I talk about this a lot. Ladies, when you wear tight fitting clothes, you are exposing yourself to the risks of having yeast infection, right? So I see this a lot where a lady is on her period, she wears panties with her, pads. She wears this tights, to just to hold the panties and the part together. Then she now wears what they call leggings, right? Why? Like why? See, one thing about yeast infection is it grows in a moist environment. It grows in a moist environment. It thrives in a moist environment. Now, when this environment is moisty, you're causing or you're calling yeast infection to grow. So try as much as possible to think about it. Try as much as possible to think about it, right? Wear clothes that are, open a little, that air can go into it. I don't want to go too much into it. So I know you are going to say, but my gym clothes are, quite tight. When you stay in your sweaty gym clothes for too long, this will create a perfect environment for your yeast or for the yeast infection to grow. Do you get it? So I would want to make sure that you are following me. So if you are following me, just on the comment section, you could do something down. At least I would do that. Yeah, somebody is following me. Okay. I want to see some comment before I go on. All right. Thank you for doing that. Now, ladies, please, please, and please, and please, always try to, wear breathable clothes. Try as much as possible to wear breathable clothes. Now, this would allow it, like I said earlier, to, go in and trap moisture out. Right? I told you that it is in a moist environment that um, yeast infection likes to grow. So you get it. So when you don't wear these moist clothes, or when that place is not moist, It will help you. Okay? Am I making sense? If I'm making sense, please put something on the comment section. By the way, before I move further, my name is Nurse Collins. You know already. And what I've been doing lately is I help women, I help ladies uh, who have some issues talking about some of these reproductive health issues, right? I help them, find their parts. I help them to make this conversation very simple. I have a plan where you can just talk to me. Basically, that's it. Just talk to me. If you have issues, talk to me. No matter where you are. Thank God for telemedicine. All right, just talk to me. I would be able to know what and what after asking you to do some series of tests, and you'll be fine. I don't like it when women have a particular issue and they hold it to themselves. When you hold infections for that long, you're causing a problem for yourself. You're causing a huge problem for yourself. Okay, so it is important that you don't do that. You don't do that. Now let's go on. Yeast infection and general health entirely. That's what I want to talk about. Now, how yeast infection can affect our general health. You might want to ask again, what are you saying? Yeast infection, general health. I try as much as possible to break this thing down easily. I've told us what yeast infection is. I've told us how they can, intertwine and affect our self, or what can cause it. Now I'm trying to tell us now the linkage, the bridge between yeast infection and our general health. Now let's talk about how yeast infection affect our general health, or our health in general, as you would want to say. First off, yeast infection can be controllable. All right, you can control it. On the other hand, yeast infection can be very uncontrollable. Or let me use a word that will be okay with you. Yeast infection can be very uncomfortable, can be uncomfortable. It can disrupt our daily lives. I'm saying this because I've seen a lot. This is not just for the men, for the women, also for the men, right? It can be uncomfortable and can disrupt our daily lives. Anyone who's experienced this itching or irritation will know what I'm saying. It can affect your mood. Imagine when you're having serious discussion and you're having this burning sensation and you want to itch. Do you know what I'm saying, right? It can affect us a lot. It can affect us a lot, even in your sleep. Imagine you sleeping, having this nice siesta or something, and all of a sudden you are having this burning sensation. You want to scratch, feeling this itchiness now. So it is that bad. It is more than just discomfort. Frequent yeast infection could be a sign of underlying issues, right? Like a compromised immune system. Remember when I said sometimes when your immune system is not um, strong, when your immune system is having issues, this can allow yeast infection to, grow, or yeast to grow uncontrollably. So this is it. So when someone is having uncontrollable yeast infection, or when yeast infection has been seen multiple times, this can tell that this person's immune system, has issues. Okay, diabetes or even unhealthy diet can lead to this. So if you are getting recurring infection, it's important to talk about it so you can reach out to me by the end of this podcast. I would make sure that you communicate with me, and I drop my details so that you can reach out to me. It's important. Okay, don't see talking about your reproductive health as a big deal. It is not. Okay. Untreated infection can lead to major complications. For example, let's even look at it. If the infection spreads, right, it can cause more severe health issues, especially in people with weakened immune system. For instance, have you heard of oral thrush? Have you heard of oral thrush? I'm not sure you have, but if you have, right, it's a yeast infection in the mouth. It can make eating difficult for you. You see, some persons when they open their mouth, you see these white, patches all over. That is oral thrush. That is when yeast infection goes in the mouth. Now, you saying that this can happen to even the male? You see, that I'm not talking about vaginal yeast infection now. I'm talking about in general. Okay, it can make eating very difficult for you. It can make it irritating for you. While infection in the uh, digestive system can affect our digestion, absorption as well. This will slow down how nutrients get into your body. So when you have yeast infection in your digestive system or your digestive tract, it's a problem. Are you saying that now I'm not just putting it down to just the vagina that we are always used to? I know when we talk about yeast infection, what comes to mind is the vagina, which is not supposed to be. Okay, so this shows that yeast infection are not just localized issues; they can impact our overall well-being. Now, I would try as much as possible to end this quickly because of time. I don't like it when I look like I'm boring my people. Let's talk about prevention and treatment. Prevention and treatment. How do you prevent what is it called? Yeast infection. All right. So this is it. What we can do to prevent yeast infection is quite simple. One key thing is to maintain a balanced diet. Eh? If you are eating well, if you are eating a meal that consists of balanced diet, I'm telling you the truth. I'm not blabbing. I'm telling you the truth. You have high risks of reducing this yeast infection. Now, for example, reducing high sugar foods that let me even put it this way. Reducing food that contains high sugar would help you a lot. Do you know why? Yeast loves to thrive where sugar is. Yeast loves to feed on sugar. So if you can reduce high intake of sugar, hmm, yeast will be far from you. Yeast will be far from you. You are in one way taking it out. Now, probiotics found in yogurts or supplements are great for maintaining a healthy balance. So, first off, try as much as possible to eat, balanced diet. Another one is try as much as possible to reduce your high intake of sugar. Now, try to also find yourself taking probiotics, especially those ones found in supplements, found in yogurt. They are great for maintaining a healthy balance of the bacteria in our body. So when the bacteria in our body is balanced, we don't have issues. What one thing that we shouldn't take for granted is also good hygiene. Good hygiene is also important. Changing these sweaty pants. Remember I talked about it too. And when you change your sweaty pants, quickly, and you are using mild fragrance. I see people a lot that puts their hand in. Now let's talk about the female genital tract now, right? When they want to, bathe, they use soap to clean the vulva. Those harsh soaps, right? They go as far as putting their hands inside to clean. The vagina itself is a self-cleaning organ. It would wash itself. Don't need to put your hands inside. Please don't do that. If you are doing that, you are going to alter the normal balance of that place. Okay? If the acidity level or the alkalinity level is not balanced, you are going to have this yeast infection. So if you always found yourself putting your hands to clean it, you are going to always have yeast infection. I promise you. Those people that likes to use so many products. You see these products, you hear that this it makes that place smell well. You go and start using fragrances there. Now it will spoil the balance. It would alter the balance of your vagina, and it's not good. Okay, so learn not to use so many things to wash yourself and the rest. Now, for treatment, over the counter antifungal creams usually do the trick for most people or for most mild infection. Remember, I said mild infection. When you use antifungal, did you hear me say anything about antibacterial or antibiotics? Sorry, rather. Did you hear me say anything about antibiotics? But when we have such issue, we just quickly run. We quickly run to go and get antibiotics, which is a problem. So all those over-the-counter antifungal creams usually do the trick, especially when it is a mild yeast infection. Okay, I'll tell you more. However, if this infection like keeps coming back, just know that you are in trouble. You might be in trouble. It is best for you to go to the hospital. They will ask you to do some series of tests before they diagnose you, because they have like stronger medications that you can take apply on it and take. So I won't be talking about it. When I said antifungal, maybe it is mild, and make sure you always contact your healthcare provider. It is important. So in case you have such, you want to, or you need someone that will be directing you, make sure that you have my number. You can reach out to me anytime, any day. I will always answer you. Quickly before we go, the importance of seeking help is important for us to know. Because I will not just be telling you that you can contact me. Just know why it is important. One thing I want to emphasize is this, right? Don't ignore the recurrent yeast infection. Do you know why? Like I said earlier, if you have been following, when yeast infection is recurring, or when you have a recurrent yeast infection, it shows that there might be a problem in your health. Though it might show that your immune system is being compromised. That your immune system is being compromised. So it is the right time to seek for help. Okay, I know sometimes we think we can handle things by ourselves, but recurring infection could be a sign of bigger issues like even diabetes. We don't know. We do you know what diabetes is? Diabetes is quite serious. I know. Don't worry. It is not in my place now to talk about diabetes. That's not why we are here today. Okay. So as I mentioned earlier, it is not good. Just have that in mind. So it is a good idea to check with whoever you have been checking with. I mean, if you have hospital that you've been checking, go and do that. Always do that. I advise my clients to make sure that they go for general checkup every quarter. You can do that every 3 months or every 4 months, depending. Okay, it is important. Please don't miss it, because when you can identify the symptom, it's important that you do that. So there you have it. Yeast infection may seem like a minor inconvenience, but I tell you, they can have significant impact on your overall health. Don't play with it. Now, another thing is that the good news is, uh, with the right care and attention, they are preventable and treatable. So have it in mind that it can be treated, you can prevent it even before it happens to you. Okay? Remember that they say your health is what? Wealth. So don't ignore the signs that your body is telling you or is giving you. Take action when it's needed. It's important that you do this. All right. So thank you so much for tuning in today. I know you guys must have said it's been a while since you saw me. Yeah, it's been a while since I came out here. I've been quite busy, so I'm really sorry, and I'm apologizing for not being that regular. Yeah. So I'll be doing this very often. Okay. Thank you. And I said something before, that before I go, I'll be dropping my contact details to reach out to me. So quickly, have this number ahead: +234 806 3057. I'll call that again. Plus 234 806 306 5790. And for the last time, plus 234 806 306 5790. Please, just because you want your message to be heard, when you are reaching out to me, make sure you give me a proper introduction. Don't tell me hi. Don't drop a message and say hi. I won't respond to that, please. Okay, respond properly. I would respond properly as well. Hi, my name is this. I got your contact from here. I want to know more about this. It's better that way. Okay. So until next time, stay healthy and take care of yourself. I love you all. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Okay.